Thank you for listening to reason. For a second there, I was concerned you'd bought into that stubborn one's madness.
Madness? I'm the only sane one here. I understand what we're supposed to be. The rest of you are in denial.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the base of the stairs.
You walk backwards so we don't have to draw a second title screen.
Safer chapter of you.
I'm telling you, she's coming back. She said she's coming back.
She's not.
She is.
She's not coming back.
I do want her to just show up and say, I'm back!
In her heart, you slew her. It's over. I don't know how many more times or how many different ways I need to express this objective reality before it...
I've actually
makes
been in
its way through
tabletop
your
games
dense
where this
skull.
was the vibe.
How many
This kind of like surreal meta
It'll
commentary.
take a hell of a lot more to convince me that she's not coming back.
Oh, I've got plenty. Can the two of you stop arguing?
No!
Yes, I told you I'd be back.
And now I have a second life bar.
You know what that was?
Yes. That's the sound of the entire world being shit out of luck.
Are you walking away from me? You didn't think this would work, did you? I can't believe you were just going to leave me here.
Okay, no option. Just go,
Turn around and see
bye.
the princess stumbling to her feet.
I slayed the
One
princess.
hand
I don't really
wrapped
care what
around
happens
the
after
hilt of
that.
the
Fuck
blade.
it.
Yeah, like, come on. We've done this twice now.
You're not getting out of this that easy.
The princess staggers to her feet, one hand wrapped around the hilt of the blade you buried in her heart.
We don't even need to start over anymore, do we? Let's go again.
She pulls the weapon from her chest, barely wincing, and hurls it at your feet.
You know what to do. Again.
Okay, no, we need
What's
to.
the point of fighting her? If she
Fun's
really
fun,
doesn't
but
do
we've
that?
hit a wall here. It's time to step back and analyze our
All of you
strategy.
need to settle down.
Figure out
This
what
whole
she's weak
situation
to.
is coming dangerously close to untethering. She clearly never actually died. You just missed her heart, that's all. Oh, we just missed her heart? Oh, of course, that's all. You were the one who said we hit her heart. You were the one who said it was finally over. Well, I guess I had it wrong.
This is a
Not-
DM just scrambling to fix this encounter.
Man, narrator, you seem very unreliable all of a sudden.
You guess you had it wrong. Aren't you supposed to know everything? I never said I knew everything.
Yeah, just take the reins for a while.
It means nothing. I shouldn't have said that. But you did say it, so it means something.
Oh, stop bickering over nothing. Our destiny is right in front of us. Pick up the blade.
What does this look like from her perspective, I wonder?
Yeah, I like the idea that she's just like... just staring at us for minutes, waiting for us to
Yeah.
figure this shit
Okay,
out.
fine.
Our mouth's
That's
slightly
what I meant
open.
by untethering. Do you hear him rambling on about destiny? He's lost the thread, and if you lose the thread, you won't be able to save the
So
world.
narrator, wait, hold on. Aren't we supposed to want to kill her, like...
And what is that supposed to mean? I don't have to answer that, and I'm not going to answer that. Why the bloody
I don't
hell
know you,
not?
and I don't care to know you.
Because right now, there's still a razor-thin chance that you're able to get your act together. There are patterns of thought out there that beg to be finished, but once you finish them, that's it. They change everything. There's no going back, and if I say anything else, you're going to finish one of those thoughts. What?
Yeah, let's let's go with the
Why,
one
the
that
princess
says.
can die.
Let's go with the one that says, "I'm not going to say the princess can't die. I'm not even going to think it."
But you did think it, didn't you? I tried, you know. I tried very hard to make this work. I don't like that resignation. Are you sure we can't just unthink it? Yes. Like I said, I'm afraid some thoughts can't be unthought. I'll be back in a moment. I'm going to pour myself
Narrator
a
has
stiff
left the
drink.
table.
If I'm going to see the end of everything, I'd rather not be sober.
So I was right. Why are all of you so glum? This is perfect, isn't it? We get to experience greatness and battle and triumph forever.
Well, I think it was the stubborn one who said, your destiny awaits, right? No, hold on. There has to be another way. What if we just leave her down here? What if we run away? What if we convince her not to end the world?
I mean, we did unchain her.
With her. Ending the world is her
No, she broke
fundamental
that.
nature. It's not a decision she can flip on and off. It is her. And what exactly can't we leave her down here? Because all it would do is stall the inevitable. And what's wrong with stalling? Oh, there's plenty wrong with stalling. The end is still the end, and I'd rather face mine head on. Oh, you mopey ass. Why did you even ask us to slay her if it was going to end like this? Because it didn't have to end like this. If you don't mind, I'd rather not spend everyone's last moments arguing with you. It's time. Yes, I suppose it is.
It's a little bit of a vibe of a
Fight her
GM
for
who's
her.
mad
Maybe
fucked
she
up his
can't end the
campaign
world.
here.
Maybe everything can still work out. I guess we'll just have to see how things play
Only took
out.
us 37 minutes.
Don't you get it? You don't have to shuffle your feet. What comes next is going to last forever.
Join your adversary.
With an unbreakable determination, you snatch the blade from the floor and stumble back to your feet. Both you and the princess quake with adrenaline as your eyes lock across the basement floor and share a knowing look. There's a lot of flowery description coming from someone who thinks he already knows how this is going to play out. Oh, indulge me, will you? Me knowing how this is going to play out is exactly why I'm being flowery.
Absolutely is a DM that's super pissed that we ruined his campaign.
Alright. Here it comes. The big finish. Free from hesitation, you close the distance, both you and the princess ready to end each other. Your blade digs into her neck, grinding against her vertebrae as her fist connects with your body and... Wait, no, really? What happened? Why did everything go dark? You died. That blow was apparently lethal. Anticlimactic.
You don't get it, do you? We're not dead. We're stronger than this.
If we actually are dead, it's just that she's immortal, and she's just talking a game about both of us being immortal, that's a pretty good trick.
Funny that you're calling me dead when you still haven't figured it out. We can't be dead. We're just like her. All of you need to wake up and enter the new world.
You know, maybe he has a point. If we're dead, how are we still talking? Because you being dead is reality. Because it says right here that you're...
Well,
alive.
that's right.
I thought I lost you there, but you've figured things out, haven't you? Good. The two of us can finally be together.
We're getting married.
You and the princess exchange dozens of devastating blows.
That's
Sometimes
right.
you manage to strike first, and sometimes she tears through you before you have a chance to act. But more often than not, each of you fells the other in the same moment. And then you get up and do it again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. We're all still
Happy
here.
end.
This is all gonna be okay, isn't it?
It's definitely a happy ending for some people.
What are you waiting for? I'm right here. Do you think this is... What is this place?
Did we do this?
Huh. I didn't think we had it in us. But I guess that stuck-up control freak was right.
We destroyed the world by getting the DM to leave.
It's the end of the world, isn't it? It's the end of everything.
Far from it. We're still here. And she's still here too.
You wanna like go out and get pizza or something?
I feel so... tired.
Chin up. It's what you wanted.
That's more hands than there are chins in that. Oh, okay.
She's
Oh
gone.
no! It's the mirror.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror.
She seems slayed to me. I think we won.
Why now?
What happened to the stubborn guy? The narrator is gone.
Does that mean the world ended?
The world didn't end.
Oh, okay,
We're
Stubborn's still here.
Come on. We
Good,
just need to
great.
keep going.
I like how much you hate him.
Right. She's gone. It's just
Look,
us and
Rutskarn did this to us. There's no undoing it.
It's like it's mocking
I've
us.
saddled us with a pitch perfect parody of my previous position. Yeah, that's my thing now. I'm into
dreadful
acids.
I don't think you should.
Screw the mirror.
Just wanted to have a
We
nice
just
one-shot
need to find the
campaign. You were
princess.
like, oh, I'm just gonna fuck with it.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
And why do you not want to look at it now?
Fuck, wait. Assonance is...
Oh,
Different
hey.
now.
Is assonance
It
vowels
feels-
or
I don't know.
alliteration vowels?
Hmm?
Final.
Alliteration.
Assonance and alliteration.
Or...
Alliteration
I don't
is
know,
consonants,
actually.
I believe.
Is it?
Okay. Yes. Alliteration's consonants. I meant alliteration. Well, I mean, it was fun having an English degree while it lasted. Man, that was a lot of money. A lot of money down the drain.
We're in Bracken.
Yep, okay, yeah, it's
We're
through there,
Bracken.
guys.
The Slay the Princess Lethal Company crossover you never knew you wanted. Oh.
Did we accidentally beat the game already?
Finds me in the long quiet and brings me
Be very funny to me if we managed to fuck up our way into the true ending in like 45 minutes.
We've created a perfect route which gets the idiots out of our game as quickly as possible.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
What do you think I
I
am?
think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Lady, I'm just a junior employee of Princess Slayers Incorporated.
You know the narrator?
You are
I'm
the
not even
only
union
thing
yet.
that I've ever known.
I'm still in my probationary
The
period.
space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us. Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one yearns to grow and struggle. Even now I feel a will pushing against mine, not realizing that we are one. She will make for a fierce heart. Do not mourn her. We will provide her with the growth she fought for.
Do we know each
You
other?
are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
This is not the princess, I assume.
I think it's the entity that is made of hands.
I
How
rather
would
think
have
it is
ended
the
if we were
princess.
talking?
The collective princess across the entire multiverse.
I mean, it's kind of a... This is poetry, of course. There are
Well,
many
let's
valid
ask.
interpretations to this.
Yeah.
No, we
She
need game
is
theory,
part of me,
ultra
Yes.
literalism.
and part of me is her.
God, that channel pisses me off so much.
Well, won't for much longer, I guess.
You speak in
Oh, is it going away?
Is 2024 the year we randomly start beef with a channel that is vastly more influential and popular than ours in its
I
twilight
mean, why the
years?
fuck not?
No, no, it's not.
Look, we haven't
know what?
been up with the trends for a real long time now, and I think a pivot to drama YouTube is just what we need to make the Patreon subs go up.
I am of such an age and have been online for so long that at this point, if anybody over like 20,000 followers on any social platform suddenly had a bone to pick with me, I'd just be like, I'll just see myself out, and I would just like fold it all up.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
You hear that, gaming in the Clinton years? We're calling you out.
Yeah, I paint ducks now. That's what I
have
do.
only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Well, let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment
See what you
she
did,
arrived
Redscarn?
here, she was going to return.
Not particularly, actually, now that you mention.
I promise that it doesn't
Neither do I.
hurt.
I mean, I think that under the circumstances, like, this is kind of an interesting epistemology, and there's not really a clear-cut moral choice to make when these stakes are so divorced from my own kind of compass. But
Yeah.
which means I'll probably fall back on the prime directive, which is fucking get her.
Let's finish exploring
And
here.
only that they are.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Attack, destroy your body, or what happens now? You want to attack?
I mean, what happened? Yeah. I don't know.
I mean,
I so hope
this
Destroy
got
Your
us
Body
here.
would- I hope Destroy Your Body would just cut to him like smoking a cigarette and drinking a beer and eating a pizza. That's just what I want it to be.
What if, like, you just give a solid nod, you stab yourself, and she's like, wait, what are you doing? Like, wait, wasn't this what you were leading up to? She's like, I have no idea what you're doing. No, this isn't a thing. What? You just stabbed yourself, dude. Dude!
I mean, we have the option to try that.
No, I think that, personally, at the moment, I'm again in a position where I feel all of these options are more or less equivalent.
Should we just ask what happens now?
Sure.
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
Like, when you run into something that is this
So that
baroquely
I may
mystical, you have two choices.
Perhaps then
One is that you can
find
attempt
freedom.
to tweeze from it a literal thread that you're going to follow, and you're going to obstinately follow that thread and demand the correct outcome based upon what you understand this reality to be. And the other is to basically just take this as poetry and to respond in the manner of poetry, to receive its expression and express yourself back at it. In which case, I think probably the best thing to do is get her!
I mean, seems pretty clear what she's saying right now is we need to go through the other routes and find other voices that are not the stubborn dude and
Which is
unlock
convenient
other
because that is-
versions of the princess that is not the murder hobo demon.
Which is convenient because that is what functions within the framework
Yeah.
of a visual novel.
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
So the world hasn't ended because we can talk, but also you're not alive, so you can't die. Fuck, are we talking to ChatGPT?
And that would be the fucking cruelest prank to make a game, like to make like what is it?
I am infinite. The rest will find their own.
The Vanishing of Ethan Carter style game with ChatGPT like visual novel prompts in it that just means fucking nothing. And everybody's like, which ending did you get? I'm like, I got the ending where I turned
Then
into
we
a
will be
kettle
here
of fish.
forever,
And it's
as
like,
we are
what?
now.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Dry, hollow.
Halfway through the game just sort of turns into Grand Theft Auto.
It's just like novel AI.
Everything.
I gotta be honest, actually, I don't think that could really happen because I actually have, in my experience, all those like kind of like AI dungeon style AI
You ask of
narrative
things
engines
that cannot
are
be
deeply
done.
boring.
To destroy is merely to reshape, to remove.
You
Like,
thought
we
it was
covered
neat
AI
when we did the
Dungeon.
video about it, but
It was like it's neat as a party trick. Like the trick of what it's doing is neat, but when you get past that, when you get past the kind of like, oh, it's so cool that this is a thing that's possible now, which I think we can all agree is seeming increasingly less cool, just in the general climate of things. You start to like spend more time with it, and you're realizing how the part trick it does is seem a little bit like a human author, but as a human author is generally doing either something that doesn't quite make sense or something that is something anybody could have come up with. It's like the most middle of the road, averaged derivative thing to do. It's like the win state. Yeah, like the win state is coming up with the cliche. You win if you can get it to do the cliche thing. Otherwise, it will do something.
Well, I mean, that kind of gets to like how air quotes AI, because it's not really AI. It's a big bunch of algorithms operating in parallel. But like how that actually works, and that AI can't really generate new stuff. It can just rehash stuff that it's been trained on in such a way that it can kind of massage it to look like something that might be new or unfamiliar. But when you actually dig into it, it's just a bunch of components of other stuff shoved together.
It's like
that's the case for
training a
the image AI
a bedtime story.
Yeah, it's the case for image generation. It's the case with ChatGPT. It's the case with AI Dungeon. It's just throwing you stuff that other people wrote in a configuration that is sometimes distinct enough that it doesn't look quite like any one particular thing that someone else wrote. Although you absolutely can make it do stuff that's just straight up, oh yeah, this is pretty much word for word something that someone else wrote for something, and they probably didn't have any idea that the AI was being trained on it.
My position is very much that this sort of thing is objectively very interesting on like a mechanical level, like as a toy. Yeah. Like as a toy, as like kind of like a mechanical Turk, it's cool. As something that's actually going to hold your attention, it's actually really deficient.
And that has been our digression into why AI is both not AI and also kind of sucks. Let's forget about
nobody
AI.
asked our opinions on this because
Did I tell you?
Nobody asked our opinions on this because we are superficially associated with subcultural signifiers that meant people thought that they could infer it correctly, and they did. You weren't wondering what we thought about all this, and this is what we think about all this.
All right, we're dead. And it's chapter 1 again.
Ah, fuck. I guess means we lost progress.
And at the end of the path is a cabin.
I think it means that we have to collect the voices, then do the path we just did.
To slay her.
Well, I'm not sure I think we're supposed to collect the voices so we can trigger different versions of the princess, because that's the person we're bringing to Big Hand Entity, so she can make a complete person, maybe, is what's going on? Or maybe she's just an eldritch monster that really wants to eat someone. I'm not really sure.
Technically there's no reason we couldn't do a full season of
this. Yeah, that's it. We did it. We finished the game.
I mean, not today.
But no,
I don't think I mentioned this to the viewers at home, but I've had quite a day.
Yeah.
Kidney stones. Yeah, you know how y'all remember how maybe at this point 6 or 7 years ago, probably more, I told the meanest joke I've ever told in spoiler warning, where Josh, who frequently gets kidney stones, said something like, wow, the game hasn't crashed recently, and then I said, yeah, and Josh, you haven't had a kidney stone in a while.
Oh, that was probably more like 8 or 9 years ago at this point. I have not had kidney stones in a decade. But you finally the universe has made this injustice right.
I legitimately felt a little bad about that one in the back of my mind. And when I found out I had a kidney stone, probably the third or the fourth thing I thought was, finally Josh gets his revenge that he never asked for.
So that's been, I imagine, a real fun day for you today, dealing with that. What if we just turn around and leave?
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know
The
where
voice
you're
of the
going?
quitter joins you.
Nope.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that.
If there is just like a
She
hub
doesn't know
town
what
down
he's
here,
talking
that'd be
about.
fucking great.
That's strange. It looks like this path
Oh,
also
okay,
leads
this
to
kind
the
of
cabin.
motherfucker.
How convenient.
Yeah.
Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all. You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever. Your
Quietly
silence
continue down the
is
path.
deafening. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Nah, fuck
There's
it.
always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who has ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
No one will ever live if everything dies, so, I mean, I think
And here we go. As you trudge into the
we don't
woods,
need to worry
something
too much
strange
about
starts to
that.
happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of
Okay, they're playing with the
familiar
music, which is
wooden
cool.
structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin.
And in
Oh,
every
no, it's
cabin there's a
Bioshock
man.
Infinite.
I know, god damn it.
Paths and cabins.
Fuck!
Genevieve
Kurt and I
wasn't
went to
kidding.
the same
God
place.
damn it!
We went to the
No!
same cursed place.
Wait, what's going on?
Inside every cabin is Ken Levine.
You're too stubborn.
That ending probably seemed a lot more clever
It doesn't matter
when they
how
thought that they were
paths or
ever going to
cabins
make it on
appear around
Bioshock.
You're just going to do
Oh
whatever
my
you can
God.
to shirk your responsibility because you can.
Weren't they going to make
irritating
a
me
small
that you
personal
do about
Bioshock? Like,
each of
that
the
studio
worlds.
closed in like 2014.
Yeah, and
That's
and
almost
people
a
like, I don't need
decade
all
ago.
those
That is a
people
decade ago
to
now.
make my magnum opus, and then nothing ever happened.
You've doomed us all. You know that, right? But of course you.
The Life is
Otherwise you
Strange
wouldn't just
Bioshock.
wander off into the forest in search of certain death.
Think I do another Life is Strange game because the last one was pretty good.
You
I
lose
mean,
track
we
of
see
just
things
how
like
long you've
Gloomwood.
spent
Like, there
mindlessly
are
tromping
Sims
through
that are
the
done
wilderness.
on teams of
It's
4 or
not like any
5
of that
now.
Time spent lost in the woods really matters because it isn't long.
I never really
before
thought
the world ends
Bioshock was a
and
good name
everyone
for a video game.
dies.
Ooh,
Oh,
got
we
a
made
different
it to
voice.
chapter 2.
Yeah, but
Huh.
it's a different
You're on
chapter.
the
It's a different
path
person
through
we've
the
met.
woods.
Yeah.
And at the end of that path is a cabin.
Is it just me, or is there a
In
giant
the basement of
fence
that cabin
over
is
there?
a princess.
There is.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Those walls weren't here
What are you
last time.
talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
Oh yeah, my track record with stumbling onto the princess is real
If he
great
doesn't
right
remember
now.
what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I
Ooh,
don't know.
capital
I think it's more
H-E.
fun if he knows.
Voice of the contrarian.
Captive audience.
Hey. Okay, so I'm the stubborn one, you're the contrarian. I think it's worth finding
Oh,
out
yeah.
here, Josh.
Walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day. If by
I
ruin
can't think there are any of these voices that aren't just kind of fucking roasting it.
forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off.
Well, if they are, we'll probably never find them.
The world really did end last
I
night.
am charmed,
We should be careful.
despite myself,
For
by
all
the
we know,
idea
we
of a
just got
video
lucky.
game that just like goes out of its way to
The world
like
hasn't ended yet.
algorithmically
You are never going
detect
to slay her
your
with that attitude.
trajectory
Stuff those
and
pathetic
then
little
like
voices
find
to
a
the back of the
personalized
mind.
and
Stay focused on
meaningful
the
way to
task
tell you that you
ahead.
played their game like a little bitch.
I think this is a valid path here because we've got a voice for this.
Yeah, no, it is.
Let's stay in
The
the
game
woods
is saying,
forever.
yeah, no, I made room in my video game for the little bitch
It's
that would play it this way.
Can we
And
really?
here you are.
Can we really just do nothing? No, you can't just do nothing. You have to do something. Alright, so it's decided. Even if it's boring, we're going to do nothing forever. Congratulations. You
This game
continue
has
to waste
actually kind of
everyone's
pegged me
time
pretty
and
well here.
Nothing. Wait, can you still hear me? Everything's getting
Oh no, we lost the
Oh,
narrator
so-
again.
weird feeling. It's like I'm barely even here anymore. Well, it's not nothing. that's
Now
for
you're
sure.
playing a different video
Does
game.
that mean we messed up?
Wow, we already made it to the end of the game. Super curious what happens if you do this the first time.
You leave
Can't- I
a
don't know if
negative
you
Steam
can.
review and refund.
It's... The vessel is full of you.
I think one of my sincere deficiencies is that if this kind of thing happens this early in a story, I generally haven't bought in yet.
You're on a path in
Yeah.
the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
I can have
We're at
difficulty
about an
getting
hour
really
or
deep
something.
into the woods
Cabin
right off the bat
is a
when I don't
princess.
already have an investment in what I'm doing.
Well, I think that's kind of the idea of the first playthrough here is you just kind of fuck around having no idea what happens, and then you get a sense of the stakes, and it throws you back into it, and you go, okay, here's what I want to do. And in this case, I wanted to see what happens if I just refuse to play the video game.
This game makes a pretty bold choice in not wasting time getting weird and meta.
Yeah. Definitely not a slow burn here. Everything goes to crazy real fast.
Because, like, everybody knew when they saw this, like, okay, this is gonna be one of those games.
Like,
Nobody will be talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, the name of the game is Slay the Princess. Like, everything about the presentation of this game is like, oh yeah, this is gonna get cheeky and weird.
It's a visual novel with a confrontational premise. This is gonna be a trip.
It's a visual novel where you argue with the narrator more than anything else.
If you just, like, if it was just a game where you walked into a basement and said, you want mate, and then stabbed a princess, like, I think if people would have been
Fucking
so
Newgrounds
shocked, it
Flash
probably
game.
still would have been popular.
Alright, well, let's Slay the Princess. I don't know, we might return to this at some point.
It's pretty
Guess I don't
neat.
see why not. Go ahead and
Yeah.
make a save.
Dude.
What do you think Chris's voice would be?
I don't know.
He's
Voice of the
the
overthinker.
critic analyzing the narrative as it happens, complaining about the way that the narrator is presenting stuff. Yeah, but like the whole world, or like just a bit of it.
The pedant.
Voice of the pedant.